Xiaomi introduced their Mi TV in India back in February this year with Mi TV 4, which was a 55-inch version, and Mi TV 4A, which were 43 and 32-inch versions of the same TV. So now in September, we have an upgrade, which is the Mi TV 4A Pro. So let's take a deep dive about this TV and tell you how the setup is and what sort of features that you will be getting. All about that coming up on techpp.com. Hey guys, Raju here from TechPP, and today we'll be taking a deeper look at Mi TV 4A Pro, which is one of the first Android TVs which is certified from Google from Xiaomi. And before we do that, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon to be notified as soon as we post a new video. So let's get started. So this is how the packaging looks like. We won't be doing an unboxing and bore you guys, but what we'll be trying to do is go through the setup process, and while doing that, tell you more about the specifications and the features of the TV itself. So one thing you will notice here is that they are claiming this to be an Android TV, even though the earlier Patchwall version was also based on Android. It was completely like a modded skin on top of Android. So it was not Google certified. You were not able to install most of the APKs. There was no Play Store. So now all of those things changes. So I will tell you more about the software aspect of it when we are setting this up. For now, you can just mention the important features that they were highlighting. This one is a full HD 1080p version, and it comes with DTS HD support, Patchwall, which is their proprietary operating system, which you can swap between Android TV and Patchwall, HDMI, basic stuff, Google Assistant. So we probably have voice support. I will have a look at that a little bit later. Google Play Store, as well as Chromecast built-in. So let's just take this off. So here is the TV itself. Let's just peel off these covers over here. And one thing that you notice here, it's that it's just 2-star power rating. Not too good, but then it's not costing you a lakh. So now that's done, we need to pair the Mi TV remote with the TV. Let's do that. Okay. Right, now the remote is paired. Let's set the region to India. English is fine. With Android phone, yes, let's do that. Let's go to Google. Okay. Set up my device. So right now it is listing the Mi TV over here. I will just choose that. That's the exact code. Let me confirm. It mentions the device name as well. Pretty good. And copying my Google account and data. Pretty slick, but this is how most Android TVs work as well, but very neat process for sure. So it's asking me to enter my Google password once, which is fair enough. So there is an option to use the phone as the remote if you want that, but right now I will probably use the TV remote itself. So it's looking for updates, and let's see if it has any update for us. Right, accept, location is fine. No. Choose a name for, I will probably stay with this, and it's recommending quite a few apps, probably based on what I have already installed on my phone. So it's pretty neat. So Xiaomi is recommending ESPN and VLC for Android, while Google has these recommendations probably based on what I have previously installed on my smartphone. So continue. Agree, no thanks. So there you go. So it clearly mentions that it's an Android TV, and it will give a brief overview of what the features are. So let's get started. Right, so this interface that you're seeing is the typical Android TV interface, so I don't think that that will be any different to what we have already seen on other Android TVs like the View TV, which we compared with Mi TV 4. If you haven't watched that video, here's the link to that, so do check that out. So we have Google Assistant support now. So as you can see over here on the remote, we have a new button which is for the voice control. So this is one of the things that I had issues with the first Mi TV 4 that we reviewed. Not really a complete package at that point in time, but this one is addressing all those things. So one by one, let's take a look. What's the next one? It is like the Play Store support with either the Play Music or anything else. This is about the Google Assistant and Chromecast built in. So if you want to just cast your mobile or laptop, you can just do that over the air, which is pretty cool. Wireless stuff. Patchwall is now where Xiaomi has improved the first version of Patchwall. I don't know what is the version that they are calling this, but this is heavily improved, which we will take a look in a while. Right, so there seems to be an update already. Let's go ahead and get done with that. So it requires a restart, has 732 MB of new update. And then the download is completed, so we need to restart. And while that is happening, let me just run through the specifications once. This, as I mentioned, it's a 49-inch Full HD screen. This has a 20 watts of stereo speakers, has Patchwall and Android TV both, has Mi TV with voice search, Mi TV remote with voice search, and has 3 HDMI ports, one of which is ARC, 2 USBs, and SPDIF support as well. Has Amlogic 64-bit quad-core. We don't know the exact version of that. Mali 450 graphics. The 55 version has Mali 780 if I'm not wrong. So it's an upgrade over this particular chipset. But still, the chipset which is over here is probably better than the older generation Mi TV, which are already there in the market right now. So because it supports Bluetooth remote as well as the voice search, which was not there on 43-inch as well as the 32-inch versions before. That is present even on the 32-inch HD TV that Xiaomi has released now. Also, it has 2 GB of RAM, 8 GB of internal storage. Same with the 55-inch version. The 32-inch version has 1 GB of RAM and 8 GB of storage. Out of the box, we saw that it has around 4.7 GB of available storage, which is not great, but yeah, better than having a 4 GB ROM version that on most TVs that we find these days. And Bluetooth 4.2, not still 5, and Wi-Fi 2.4 GHz, no, not dual band Wi-Fi, but has Ethernet port that you can directly use it from your router without having to rely on the Wi-Fi. So that's a good thing. And as far as the panel itself is concerned, we need to check out how good that one is. For that, we need to wait for the review. For now, just wait for the system update to complete so that we can proceed with the setup. Right, then the reboot has happened. This is how much time it takes to boot in every single time that you switch on the TV. One of the very few complaints that I have with Android TVs in general, it's almost like a smartphone that every time you switch on the TV, even when it is not powered off but just switched off with the remote, even then it takes this much of time. So right then, so this is how the first screen is. So it is taking the Android TV version of that. I can switch to the Patchwall, right, and go back to Android TV if I want. So this is the default patch wall that you can see, which we had given a brief overlook in our Mi TV 4 video. If you haven't seen that, here is a card for that. Make sure that you check that out. It covers practically everything about what patch wall is. So if you haven't seen that, you should right away. So the best part about patch wall for me is how they integrate the analog signal. By analog, I mean to say the DTH or your cable. So that along with your digital streaming sites, like we have support for Sony Live, Hangama Play, and of course YouTube, Netflix, and others. So let's go and have a look at other things which are available. So as you can see, there is a nice integration between Patchwall and Android TV. So you can go ahead and go to the Play Store if you wish to. So we have some featured apps in case you want to install any of them. YouTube Kids, I think a lot of parents would love this. And Plex server if you are into home streaming, UFC, a lot of them. So, and if you are into games, there are some games which are made for Android TV. So it's not a normal mobile game that has been blown up here. So that's a nice one. Asphalt 8, pretty neat. Probably will try this and let you know how it works. And let's go back. Okay, these are the apps that I have already installed. Probably these are the default ones. Hotstar was installed, YouTube. And let me go back. Right. So yeah, what Xiaomi is doing is they are using Sensi, who is a TV guide app, and they have integrated it beautifully on TV. So Sensi is something that you will find on Android Play Store, but Xiaomi has done well to integrate it with the TV guide over here. And these are the content which is a content discovery platform. So Patchwall makes it easy for you to know about what's the latest trending things that you can watch, and that includes stuff from your usual DTH connection. Unfortunately, we don't have either DTH or cable TV over here at office, but we'll make sure that we will give you a demo of how that integration works, which is possibly the best thing with a Xiaomi Mi TV. So the next important part is the Google Assistant. So let's just see how it works. So maybe we'll search for one of these things. Play Jija Ji Ghar Par Hai.
Alright, here's Nazma Jija Ji Chat Par Hai on.
Oh my god. Okay, I searched for the wrong one, but it recognized the right one and playing it then. So let's just go back. Okay, so we are on the Android TV version. Go back to Patchwall and search for something else. What do you want to search? Maybe TechPP you want to search? I don't know what. It's a weird search term. Open TechPP. Not bad. Right. So these are the options. So let's just open that. And this was the video that we did with Thomson TV. Right. So I can control the volume over here. So it's pretty much such a minimalistic remote, but practically everything that you can do either by voice or with these 8 buttons that you have. Very neat stuff. So let's just go back. Right. And we see some notifications over here, if you can see. So that is asking for us to set the Patchwall as default launcher. Right now the Android TV has that. Let's do that. Go back, check out the settings screen. So network inputs, Google Cast, sound, picture. So inside picture you can change the mode. If you do, let us know if you want a detailed video as to what is the best settings for picture as well as sound on Mi TV for different scenarios that you might be using. I think we will be happy to do that. If anyone wants that, do let us know in the comment section below. So can change it to things that we want. Probably leave it to standard for now. Go back to settings, check out the sound. Again, you have different modes for that depending upon your taste. You can do that. And format, you can do it either with auto or PCM. Go back to the apps that you have, screensaver settings. So you can use either the selected backdrops. You can even manually choose that. We have included that in our earlier video which I mentioned, and go check that out how to do that. And let's look at, if you want to do a factory reset, you can do that. The storage, as I mentioned, 4.7 out of 8 GB. This is what you get out of the box, but for considering what are the kind of apps that you will be installing, this is pretty much standard. It's pretty nice. These are all actually taken from my initial when I paired my phone with the TV. So all these things were taken from there. So if you want to change anything, if you want to enable video previews, you can do that. Right. So if you want to add a mouse or a keyboard or any Bluetooth accessory, you can do that right over here. So that's pretty much it about the settings part of it. So this is how it looks. Maybe we'll play something nice on YouTube. So let me just increase the volume to 100%, and maybe you can figure out how loud this can get. That was extremely loud, so excuse me for that. So let's go back. So to summarize, this is Mi TV 4a Pro. The one we have is the 49-inch version. It comes with Android TV pre-installed with Patchwall on top of it, so you can switch between Patchwall and Android TV like you wish. Now has support for Google Play Store, and I have tried installing both the Amazon Prime Video and Netflix. Both of them were good. I will probably show that in a separate video. For now, I can just tell you that it has pretty small bezels, not as small and thin as the 55-inch version, but other than that, it's pretty slim. It can support 3 HDMIs, one of which supports ARC. There are 2 USB 2.0 ports, and also SPDIF as well as Ethernet and stuff like that. So this was a quick first look at the Mi TV 4a Pro. We shall be back with more such videos, so stay tuned for that. Thanks a lot for joining. This is Raju signing off.